Alright, I think that's us. Oh, yes, fabulous. Okay, welcome. Actually, hold on, just move this. No, let's go there. Literally back to the same it was, that's fine. Anyway, now I'll move it down just a little bit. Pressed a button, I've accidentally pressed a button on top of the camera, I don't know what that did. Anyway, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Got my ice cream. It's a lovely chocolate fudge ice cream. Delicious. And I've also, first time on stream, got this. I bought a new headset. It's like a cheap one. Well, cheap-ish one. Low mid-range. I just bought it because it's nice purple. It's the only one I could find of like a nice purple colour. So, but it's finally got its own little mic. I feel fancy. I feel great. This won't be like the final setup. Obviously I'll get at some point in the future, I'll be looking at getting like just a headset like without a mic, and then have like the whole like big like mic stand thingamabob that everyone seems to have. But that will be like way later down the line. But for now, I've got my new thing. Hopefully the sound quality is alright. Did a couple of checks and it seems to be okay, so we'll see how we go. But let's crack straight into it. Day 7 out of 107, 170, something like that. Anyway, we'll crack straight into it. I believe Tamari's, let's go. I like that one. Tamari versus Tachi Katsuki one. So my reasoning behind buying these was because I'm using like my little headset with them, or like not even a headset, earbuds with a little microphone on it. And knowing me and my history with earbuds, it would be any day before those earbuds break or the microphone just decides to give up. So I thought, rather than wait for that day to happen, I thought I'll just preempt it and go get a headset straight away. Yeah, my history of earbuds is I will take them everywhere, but then I will like stuff them in my pocket, I'll be like holding them in my hand but like crushing them in my hand accidentally, a whole bunch of stuff. So I've gone through must be something ridiculous like 20 pairs of earbuds in my lifetime, like averaging one a year almost. So I thought, no, I'll get a dedicated headset that I can't take to work, or I can't do any of that sort of stuff with. That might be a safe investment. And then, because I'm a goof, of course, so I got it. Turns out they arrived at work the day after I left to go visit family. So anyway, so got them. We came back to work, brought them home, plugged them in. Thank you. They're lovely colour, like lovely. They were the only purple ones I could find. So I'm very happy. Yeah, so I got home, took them out of the box, plugged everything in. So I plugged it into... What did I plug them into first? I think I plugged them into... Oh yeah, so I plugged them into the computer, I put on like a YouTube video or something, and no sound's coming out, so I'm like, oh goodness, have I plugged into the wrong slot or something? So I plugged into a different slot, same thing. So I'm like checking all my sound settings, I'm like, oh maybe I just got on mute. Still nothing. I plug it into my phone, still nothing, and I'm like, oh my god. Because I bought like a low to mid-range one, is it, what's up? How's it going? I'm just relaying a fabulous tale about I get my headphones, I plug them in, getting no sound whatsoever, and I'm freaking out, and I'm like, has my quest of affordability come and like bitten me in the ass, and actually I've got a pair of like really budget headphones. They've just like either completely stuffed themselves during transit, or just whatever. And then no, it's not, because I'm a goof, of course. They've got like the little like slidey thing at the back, like at the back of the headphones, where you can like adjust the volume. That was turned all the way down, so they were working completely fine. I just had the obviously they come with the sound turned all the way down. So flick that up. It works perfectly, but it took us a bit to get to that point. But anyway, they're working good. They're doing fine. And then my earbuds can finally have a day of rest. Then I'm having to be taken here, there, and everywhere, and be at risk of. Oh my goodness! Can you stop? And be at risk of dying. Like, can you please? Oh my goodness. Nope. 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 Oh my goodness gracious. Can you please just get your substitution, please? Oh, thank God. Thank God. Took you a while, Itachi. Took you a bloody while. Goodness. I got ice cream all over my face. And the other thing too, not yet. Oh my God, no. So, the earliest it would possibly be would be end of July. Because that's when, all going well, that will be when we begin moving into the new place, or into the new house. All going well, fingers crossed. Ugh. There we are. Because even though the bank's going through stuff and doing all their bits and bobs. No, I didn't. What are they? Or did I? No, I saw the Xbox ones, like the Xbox games with gold, but I haven't seen the PS Plus ones. What are they? Oh wait, no, I did! Shinobi Strikers. That's right. But because technically, interesting how they've gotten God of War on there. I would have thought that they would oh, but then again, I suppose it's been out for like 4 years already now. Huh? 2018, yeah. Speaking of the Nickelodeon games, because like whenever I'm like scrolling down the store, I see all like the Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl and like the Nickelodeon like kart racer or something. 3 in the morning. When did you go to sleep? I mean, I appreciate you watching like so early in the morning, but I hope you're getting good enough sleeps. No, speaking of the Nickelodeon stuff, every time I see them, I get reminded of, and I need to find them because I really want to. sleep's one of those things that like I absolutely love sleep, and I love going to sleep, and I love just like sleeping and being all in bed. But then I hate going to sleep because it's just like, oh, that's right. Because as soon as I go to sleep, like you know, it's the next day, that sort of thing. Oh, those are neat emotes. I need to get like, I don't know what point I can like get emoty things, but I'd love to get some custom Naruto ones done. That'd be pretty sick. But yeah, so there were these. I remember back in the day when you would rent games out on an affiliate. I think that's the I think I've got to get. No, we've decided that is never happening. Never happening. Dara reanimation. Oh, versus himself. Okay. Have at least one stream with 20 more people. Oh my goodness. I think I max out at like 5. That's right. I've only I've really only just started relatively. I only just started in this whole thing, so I mean I'm not even expecting to get anywhere near that for like at least another year. I mean, like, and I'm not like particularly fussed how long it takes. I'm just enjoying it and having a good time, and hoping that people watch having a good time, and that's all I can ask for. I'll be into shit in that. I know you were like, I want to say like, I think a few days ago you were like 31, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to say that you've gone up. Oh, I'm licking ice cream, oh my goodness. Hold up. Oh, my beans. Dang. She must have gone at least 12 in like the last 3 days. Nice. Yeah, because like yeah, like in terms of like streaming times, I mean, I've got like, you know, I try and do it in the evenings after work. And then obviously on the Saturday, obviously I could do a bit more in the evenings, and then Sunday, I mean I put down on Sunday to that I can like a specific time, but I'm like, yeah, Sunday we tend to like end up like going shopping or doing things, so that sort of ends up changing quite a fair bit. Yeah, but eventually. Who's she? Is that like someone at work like schedules you in for 2 or 3 in the morning? Oh. right. Seeing as it's 7:15 p.m. Although, if there's ever in like 10 years time, if I could do this as like a full-time job, I would be doing it at a far more reasonable hour, such as like I'll probably do like longer ones and like start in the afternoon for us, or like the evening for you. But like obviously, you know, there's a whole wide world of countries, so like, you know, I suppose anytime anyone really streams, it's 3 a.m. for someone. I'm gonna say. So when you say like finishing them, is that like, is there, and this is gonna be me being really dumb, are you gonna like, is that in terms of like, if you use it after, like, is it, what am I trying to say? If you use, or if you get enough points, or you can like buy certain ones, or is it when you use them enough times then you kind of like max them out, or you can like do more damage with them? Is that what it is? So I'm just getting my phone. Alright. Chio now twice. This is gonna be fun. No, not that one. Come on. There we go. Excuse me. I'm gonna say, knowing absolutely no, like, having never played or done anything before, I'm gonna say, so part of me like wants to say like 13, but I don't know if 13's like impossible or like absolutely nothing. Actually no, I'm gonna say 9. Oh, 30, okay. So I'm gonna say 23. 23 is my final answer. Oh, so 23 might be a bit off. Got her to there. Now I've just gotta go like that. Okay, great.
わしを年寄り扱いするでないわい。このわしには遠く及ばぬとは。
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'd probably try and get Sasuke's done like straight away as well. And then, can you do like, does Niji have one? Because then he would be my second, definitely. Roshi and Utakata. Oh, you have to buy them. Alright. Is that real money buy or is that like in-game points kind of buy? Or is it like technically in-game points, but if you so kind of almost like V-Bucks essentially. Fabulous.
もはや動くことも叶うまい。お前はここで終わるのだ。釈が大噴火。勝負あり。その息やよ。
I'm not doing bubble jutsu because it's stupid and slow. I'm gonna do water dragon and fireball whenever I can, essentially. Just like, who would have thought? Oh yeah, we got like, I was gonna kill you with bubbles. Even though they're like, I think they're meant to be like acidic bubbles, I'm pretty sure. But still, it's just like... Oh, okay. Well, 90 bucks is a bit. At least it's not like the absolute the train wreck of Diablo Immortal that's come out recently, where at least it's not $110,000 for everything. It's $90 seems very acceptable. Well, then again, I'm guessing that would be 90 US, so it's more like, what would 90 US be, over like 150? 130? 120, 130. Haha. Oh, it is interesting. I'm sure there would be some people that would like they would have just got the base game and they wouldn't have paid anything on top of that, and they would still be like generally quite respectable, I guess. Oh, one would hope anyway. Yeah. Because I mean, like what's that? Like you've got like when you watch like speedruns of like Tekken or Street Fighter or like games where you just got a roster of characters, you know, to pick one. There's people who like, I don't know, take Tekken for example. Like I am a Heihachi main, and I've played Heihachi for 20 years, like throughout all the Tekken games, and I know his moveset like off by heart. I can tell you every combo and everything, and I know exactly what combo to use, exactly what time. Like there'll be people like that who they just pick a character, even like, you know, a free one in the game like that, and they will have just had, you know, they're just like masters, absolute masters at it. Knowing me and knowing the sort of stuff that, you know, the sort of style that I tend to go for. I mean, then again it is Naruto, so I'd probably, like, if I went the sort of playstyle I have in Naruto, it would definitely be either fighting or healer. I'm guessing you can you can mix and match, sort of like if you can chuck like a Rasengan and I don't know, Rasengan and 8 trigrams rotation or something on your or no, because there'll be certain ninjutsu that are, so obviously you'll have like Chidori and Rasengan, all that will be in the same like class, and the others, and they'll be like, yeah, oh no. Yeah, just looking at the class, I'll probably be something like, depending on how it plays, probably something either a fighting or a ranged, definitely. Even a healer, actually. Just definitely not defense. Play it like I play Pokemon, just constant aggression. Ain't no tail whips and growls in my Pokemon team. Oh, I see. Yeah, so like the Fireball and Water Dragon, which are both, I'm guessing they'd be both of the ranged ones. Whereas you stand back and let something fire rather than Rasengan, where you've got to go with it. So like Chidori and a Rasengan would be in the same category. That makes sense, I guess. And who's that Jiraiya? Yeah, it sounds like I'd probably be ranged. I'll play it. I'll probably end up playing it like I play like Smite and Rock. I used to play Smite and League of Legends. I prefer the ranged attackers. So it means that I've got enough distance between me and the opposition. That if I need to run, at least I've got a head start. Because I tend to run a lot, which is probably why I don't play those games much anymore. Because they're just not for me. Ah. Of course, yeah. Be like Rasen Shuriken sort of thing.
これで終わりだ。これで終わりだ。これで終わりだ。これで終わりだ。これで終わりだ。
Come on.
これで終わりだ。これで終わりだ。甘い。これで終わりだ。
There we go. Thank you.
なおも高みを目指す。それがヒューガの宿命。
Honestly, the amount of times like that would be the laughing stock of my team, especially if I was playing with people from school, is I would be, who would I be? I started off as Ash in League of Legends. So obviously her ult is just like a super ice arrow, like a huge ice arrow you just fire off. So I would literally, there'll be a big fight going on, and I'll just fire it thinking that, oh, you know, I'm gonna hit someone, and it would just literally just fire and not hit a single person. They would all see it coming a mile away and just be like, oh, I'm just gonna move it out of the, out of the way of that. And then everyone's just like, oh my god, Frizzy, why the hell did you do that? I'm like, I don't know, I thought I was gonna hit something. And they're just like, oh my god, you're supposed to like hit something with it. I'm like, oh, obviously, like, so anyway, so enough of that, like, enough times of that happening, and I'm just kind of like, maybe this isn't for me. And then because I can't build shit either, so I'd like, when I try and be like, okay, maybe a ranged ADC isn't for me. So then I'll try something like a mid lane character, or a jungler or tank or something, and then because I can't build properly, then I'll be building the wrong thing, and then my tank's not really a tank because it can just die in 3 hits. So I'm just not having a good time. I'm just not having a good time with this. Tea check. You've already drunk your tea. Yeah. Oh. Is it Tintin? I think that's Tintin. Hold on. I'm just gonna need to pull up my spreadsheet and check my. It is Tintin. Sorry, I can't even read my own handwriting. Apologies. Tintin and I thought it said 10 bomb, but it's not. Anyway, fun range is good at close fights. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, I'll probably be by the same. Oh, don't worry, all good. The more info, the better. I'm the kind of person that sends essays, like complete essays, when someone has a question. So don't you worry. Yeah, I'd probably. I mean, by the sounds of it, I'll probably do range or a healer, most likely. Oh my goodness, stop. Stop. Oh my goodness. do you want to play? Like I suppose as a healer, like if you can, because you sort of, I imagine healers would tend to stay back, you know, just like go around and help as necessary. Because like that's what I found in when I played Destiny and Destiny 2 with mates, is that because I mean there's no healer in that, but essentially I'm the person that runs in and resurrects everyone when they just completely blitz themselves. But I suppose as a healer, you kind of because you get a sense of, because you have to like sort of like take stock of what's going on around, like what's happening in the fight at all times. You kind of I suppose in a sense it's easier to survive first off. Easier to survive, and then it's also yeah, just like it definitely suits how I like to play anyway. I found in Destiny, like I was able to work out how the fights actually worked, with all like the little strikes and stuff that in Razor you'd have to do. Like actually worked out how, like, oh yeah, that person's going to come from that door at this time because you've defeated that one person all the way over there. So yeah, and I was able to just help them. I suppose that just helps overall. But yeah, no, I can imagine like obviously a pro player at any role would be like OP as hell. So with your ult, is it kind of like you do you have to like, is it kind of like Overwatch where you have it but you sort of have to like you slowly fill up a gauge, and then once you've got the gauge full then you can let it off? And does it is it ults like in this game where it does like a whole big thingamabob, or is it more like Overwatch where you activate it or like something happens and it just does like either like a big damage thing or whatever? You just, yeah. Kabuto. Okay, I'm just gonna check my spreadsheet. Okay, that's right. So it's just Eck and Hidan. And do you kind of get a mix of damage dealing ones and I suppose like more like support stuff or like debuffs or even buffs even? Hope those hand signs would be accurate. I remember at school we'd have, in true weep fashion, I don't even know where I found it. Was it on, I think it might have been on, it's called leafninja.net, and it was almost like a Wikipedia thing, but like everything Naruto, and it was super in depth. Had like everything about everything you could possibly want to know. and what's it? But they had like for ooh, that sounds cool. Yeah, the yeah, on Leaf Ninja they had for certain jutsu, because they like literally just had this huge thing of all the jutsu in like, I think it was in oh, it's manga and anime. But they yeah, they had, and then for some of them they even had like what the hand signs were. And I remember I wrote them down on a piece, all the ones I could find I wrote down on a piece of paper. And so I would carry this piece, I had this piece of paper at school, and then when me and my friends would like talk about Naruto and play Naruto stuff, we would be like practicing all the hand signs. And Water Dragon Jutsu had 42 hand signs that you have to do, and I suppose like it's in the anime. That's a good strategy. Who the hell's that? Oh, Darui. I thought it was like Daniel, but no, it's Darui. God, I can't read my own blimmin' writing. Anyway. And who's she? Chio again. No. Ick. Oh. That. Oh. That glitched. What the hell? What the hell? Oh, sorry. It's the first time ever I've seen a Naruto game glitch like this. Like, her puppets have just, like, stayed there. Like, honestly, in all the time I've played any Storm games, this is the first and only time it's glitched like this. Oh, I mean, I feel bad now. I'm just cheating the whole fight. What the hell? Oh, there we go. Right. What the hell was that? Like, honestly, that's the first time I've ever seen anything like that happen. Because then it wouldn't make any, like, if he does his ultimate like that and he sacrificed himself, what are you gonna do? Unless that's the whole thing. You kamikaze yourself to you know, and then you'll die, and someone has to like revive you or something like that, and then it does like drops everyone down to like 1 HP. Potentially. So when essentially we'll know by the end, hopefully by the end of next week, if we've even like got the house. Essentially we won't be moving in until at least another month after that. but so we'll know by the end of next week if we have, and then really it's from that point that we can actually like I can actually buy something really without guilt-free. So it'll really be like from that point, but so like the 20, like around the 20th of June. So most likely I would be able to. Yeah,
わしを年寄り扱いするでないわい。このわしには遠く。
Oh, we're just flying through them today. Okay, right, Naruto, Kurama, and Roshi again. Yeah, because actually, because I would. Because technically, because it's like you get a whole bunch of discounts as well when you get it too. But it's because there's like a whole pretty sure there's like there tends to be like a few games that are always on discount or like always on a PS Plus discount as well. So like that, yeah. So I might also I need to be careful too that I don't go on like a spending spree. So I'll be very prone, or both of us actually will be pretty tempting to do like we can spend money now, so let's go spend money. But no, we need to be sensible. So we'll be responsible homeowners.
俺はほかげになる男だ。こんなところで立ち止まらねえ。宇宙惑星螺旋手裏剣。俺とクラマの最強コンビは。
Alright, I might do one. I'll do the Roshi fight, and then I'll update the fights remaining. Oh, you had major dramas at work today. It was a life or death situation. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It was essentially the worst had come to pass. It was a tragedy unlike anything this earth had ever seen before. Or at least that's what they made it sound like. At work, so they've got like a fancy coffee machine. So all the coffee drinkers, spend their morning, afternoon ritual at the coffee machine, putting the coffee beans in, doing the whole grinder thingy, doing their fancy, they've got all of this coffee stuff, and it, like the piddly littlest amount of coffee comes out of the machine. It's just, anyway, I never understand it. Anyway, so someone had changed the settings on the coffee grinder, and then there was in the office chat. So where we are, there's like a couple of other businesses that are on the same floor, but we have a chat with like everyone. So anything office related, not necessarily like the business related, but office related. We all have a chat, and so on the chat today was a hello everyone. can whoever is touching the coffee grinder stop changing the settings on the coffee grinder? And everyone was like, it wasn't me. And then like people like, oh, I was out of the office today, so it's not me. And basically everyone was trying to like point the finger at everyone else, say who changed the settings on the coffee grinder. And I'm just sitting there just like having a right old giggle, because not that I changed it, but I'm just like, these poor people, they can't function when their coffee grinder settings are changed. Like me with my sipping my tea and my milk, just going, it's these poor people, these poor sad people that need their coffee grinder settings set to the perfect setting. I don't know what setting that is. I couldn't tell you a single thing about the coffee. I mean, I could tell you like roughly-ish how the coffee machine works, but I won't have any idea what the setting on a coffee grinder does. So I'm kind of just like, oh, that's a shame, but not really understanding what they're on about. But I just, it's the one thing that we always just like shake our heads at when it comes to office workers is, it's all life and death when it comes to the coffee machine. It's always the source of pain is the coffee machine. Just ugh. It's like if I ever ran or not, like if I ever was an office manager or something, not that I ever would be, but like if I was an office manager, I'd be like, sorry people, sorry. It's gonna be instant coffee for y'all, and then everyone will have a meltdown, and they'll be like, you're weak, you can go. Only the strong survive in this office without instant coffee. Right, next is just the reverse. And who was I just playing as? Oh, that's right. Hey. Oh, no beans. I mean, it's not too bad in the grand scheme of things, but I like... Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Die! Thank you. And... there we go. Thank you. Alright, next is Rin and Sai. some characters it's just like who says, oh my goodness, oh my great Gideon, I am so excited to play as Rin, oh my goodness. And they're like, why are you so excited to play as Rin? Like, because with Jutsu she just summons a freaking log and just rolls a log down. Just like I can understand in games like this where you've got such an array of characters to build your roster around. You kind of want to include, you would want to include everyone you can, but sometimes you just have to ask yourself, do I take artistic liberties to give them cooler moves, or do I try and stay, true to what they have, or do you say, screw it, there shouldn't be a main character because there's not actually really much we can do with them in terms of a playable character. We'll just make them like support only. So like for instance, I keep going back to it, but it's such a perfect example. Ultimate Ninja 2 on the PS2. So you could have one support character, and what they would do is sort of like after like a minute or something had passed, they would appear somewhere on the field, either in the foreground or the background, and when you go near them, they'll drop like a support tool that you could use, and they would appear and do an attack and then bugger off. But some characters were only available in support. So Iruka was only support, Asuma was only support, Kurenai was only support. Who else? Shizune was only support. Kabuto was a playable character. You'd have all that. So like they would have a move that they would come and do, but like it wasn't enough to be a full playable character for. And I thought that worked perfectly fine. So like obviously Ino, Choji and Shikamaru could use Asuma as a support character, but not necessarily. I think you could eventually unlock it that like everyone could eventually use him as a support, but just at least to start off with, it was just those three. And then I know that they did, I think Iruka right up until like this game essentially. He was just there, he would be like a support character that you could have. And then they've just decided, oh actually no, he's got enough of a thing to be its own playable character, but does he really though? Does he really though? I'm assuming that says he done. Again, I can't read my handwriting. I'm just gonna hold up, just checking my. Yes, it is. Okay. Hidan versus Naruto Rasen, which I believe is this one. Excuse me. Oh, I did it. Managed to do it. Ow. Right, next is... Oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do... Ooh, do that one. almost made it down to 10,800. Almost. What? What? Were you saying that? Full? Yeah. Yes, that means we've done 427 fights, I think. In 7 days. Only, yeah, 10,800 to go. Look it up, no problem. Have a good one. I'll see you again sometime. And that's such a cute little penguin. Oh my goodness. No, have a good one. And have a good sleep. Even though it's overrated, still have a good sleep. Excuse me. It's really weird when they say like I want to know when they say thank you in the Japanese dub, or no, not Japanese dub, the Japanese voice, when they say thank you, like thank you, I want to know what the context has to be for them to say that versus arigato. It's really weird when it happens. I'm like, why are they saying it and not just saying it the like Japanese normal way? Is this a law fight? No. No, A and Tsunade went together to fight Naruto. Well, I reckon the people that would have the best job in terms of like when this game's being developed, the people that would have the absolutely best job is the people that like decide what the finishing shots are. So like assuming you finish an ultimate, like you finish off the person with an ultimate jutsu, like deciding what like the freeze frame finishing shot is going to be, like that would be the coolest job, where you just, you know, like right, here's, or even just like deciding what the ultimate, or storyboarding out what the ultimate would look like. That would be so cool. It'd be such like a creative of like, what is the way we could possibly make this like the coolest thing ever, and then deciding what the freeze frame is. Like that's someone or some people's job. You know, imagine getting paid to like do cool stuff like that. Oh, it'd be absolutely fantastic. Oh, got it.
里を束ね、守り、そして育む。それが火影の意志だ。
like that. Like someone had to decide on that finishing shot. Like that'd be such a cool job. Right, next is Mifune versus Jiraiya. Right, so after these two fights, we'll be down to 10,806. So then 6 more fights, and then down to 10,800. Whoa! Yeah, I think the milestone will really be the milestone. Like the next, like, so I still don't even know, because I wanna hit like an important point, or like a, you know, 10,000 remaining, 5,000 remaining, that sort of thing. I want to like do something, but I've got absolutely no idea what would be like something cool to do to celebrate. Like whether I just buy like those, like cheap like party poppers or something from the $2 shop. And just let one of those off or something. I don't know. And then my next, I also gotta get one of those like, fancy chairs, so I can just be like, psh, just like lounge out in the chair. Or I could even get one of those like what have they got? They like, it was something like someone in Japan, like a Japanese company. They like released like the ultimate gaming suite, and it was like, what was it? It was like a bed or something. It was like a gaming chair, like a gaming setup, but it was a bed. Do you remember seeing that? Yeah. I should get one of those. I mean, sure. No, somewhere. I don't even know how big it is. Like, whether it says like as big as like a couch or big as a bed, or well, it's just like a glorified chair. They're not exactly cheap. I don't. Well, depends on the one. Depends on the one you get, I guess. Like they can range anywhere from like a couple of hundred to. I mean, I'm throwing these numbers completely out there. How much would be like if you were to get like an average range gaming chair? How much would it cost, roughly? If you were to get like an average range gaming chair, like one of those like DX Racer ones, how much are they generally? 270? Ah, yeah. So yeah, it's about 270. So I mean, they're like, not too bad, I guess. Right, next one, Roshi and Chi. I swear to God, I'm doing these two a lot. But then I suppose I'd have to do this fight at some point, so better get it out of the way now. just like hold those kunai up in the air and then let them off when she wants to? I swear to God, there's so many like moves that these people have that I've got absolutely no idea they can do, or would have absolutely no idea how to even do myself. I swear to God, I'm gonna get to the end of this whole thing and I'll be like absolutely none the wiser. I swear to goodness. I was thinking to be like, I should go like I should go to the absolute extremes of gaming accessories and go as lame as to get like gaming gloves. Oh my goodness, what would you do if I bought like a whole like set of like gaming gloves? You call me a weeb, but no, but it's not like necessarily for like weebness. It's just for like, are they all fingerless? Oh, so they don't have any ones that's like full enclosed? No. Well, yeah, but what if I got, but they're specifically designed to help with like not you. You can get the same for what? Yeah. I know, but like, would Eddie Hall wear them? No. No. I'll find a picture of Eddie Hall wearing these gloves, and then you'll want to buy them. No. Oh, come on. Right. Oh, beans. Right. Oh, come on. No, stop. Ah, got him.
わしを年寄り扱いするでないわい。たとえ年
Right, I seem to be doing okay with Chio, but for some reason it's like I'm pretty sure the only puppet users I actually seem to have issue with is just Kankuro. He's just awful to play as. Like, I seem to be fine with Chio, I seem to be fine Loish, I seem to be fine with Sasori. Is there another one? No, I think those are the only ones. I seem to be fine with them, but just Kankuro is just not happening. It's just not having the good day. Especially young Kankuro, oh my goodness. I'll just end it with that. Thought I might as well. He's only got a little bit left anyway. I'll throw my own, like, they're my rules. I must scrap them when I want. Right, let's go with that. And this is Kakuzu. Alright, the end of I'll update at the end of this fight. The end of this fight will be we're at 10,800. That's what I need to try and find. I need to try and find like some way of like I press a button and then like confetti just starts raining from the top of the screen. I need to try and find something that will do that. So then when I reach my milestones, I let off the party popper like for real here. But then I like press a button and there's like rains confetti down from the screen. Like whenever we like need to celebrate something. I might see if I can set that up. That'll be pretty neat. Ah, got you.
今の俺にははっきり見える光の道がな。潰れろ。守るべき。
Alright. Okay. So now we're gonna update properties and we're at 10,800. Wow. Alright. But then, no time to celebrate because we must carry on. And Yamato. Is that 1010? Oh goodness, I've got to check my spreadsheet again. I can't read my own here. It is tomorrow, alright. Oh goodness, now I can't see my screen. There we are. Right, we're good. Nope, not happening, sir. Nope, not happening, sir. I was about to say, was he gonna like sidestep into that? That would have been a goof. Well, actually, not a goof for him, should I say. Lovely. Thank you.
Bye bye.
だよ。
二度と私の前に
Excuse me. Right. Yamato and... No, not no. Get back. Get back. Thank you. I'm sorry, but I think the reason I just think of just like French fries and like a McDonald's chips. I just think about when he uses his wood stuff, especially when he's got like a whole bunch of them. I just think of McDonald's chips. I just don't know why. It's just McDonald's chips, honestly. Chops. McDonald's chops. Fish chops. I can't remember if it was in Napier or somewhere. There's somewhere in the North Island that it was Chish and FUFS. There was like a fish and chips shop called that. I think we drove past, or we had stopped somewhere and it was across the road. I don't think we actually ever went in. Yeah. I just seem to remember it distinctly. I think it's that one. Thank you.
世界に痛みを勝負あり
That was a nice clean fight.
やるな
Alright. Oh, and then of course we just do the opposite. And I'm just gonna do fireball jutsu because the charging lance I can just never seem to hit anyone with it, but that's fine. One thing I think about in the Naruto universe, like, is jutsu ever used for like mundane purposes? E.g., is there like a, I don't know, like a, is there like a bakery in the Hidden Leaf Village where someone uses like baby fire jutsus to like heat up the oven or something, or they use like yeast jutsu to make their bread rise to the most perfect size and puffy this or something, I don't know. Or do they, or like, you know, or they do they do like, I don't know, red food coloring jutsu, I don't know, something like that. Like, is it used for some sort of really mundane purposes, or the only possible way that you're allowed to like, that you can use that sort of stuff is if you're like a trained child soldier killer, like everyone is. Like, has a ninja ever gotten to, I don't know, gotten to age like 25 or age 30 and be like, you know what, ain't about this life no more. And there's like, I dream of starting a burger van. So then, but obviously, like, I know how to use chakra, you know, I know how to do all that stuff still. So then I'm going to use my jutsu for the forces of good. And then, you know, and then they say like, they use like, I don't know, oven jutsu or something. And then they can like, all of their meat patties are always cooked to the most perfect temperature. Or like, do they have like a special like meat tenderizer that's like, it's like, they like summon like a spectral meat tenderizer and they can get like their burgers to like the most perfect consistency. Do they like magically chakrally charge their sesame buns or something? I don't know. It's just like, these are the sorts of things I think about. These are the sorts of questions that need answering. You're in the final boss already? No. No? Oh. That's fine, I'll let that one slide. I thought that was someone saying something to me for a second. Alright, next is Tobirama. Yeah, I'll do that one. And Tobirama.
開始
How does he do that? How do you do that where he like skates along the water? I don't know how to do that. That was funny.
二代目火影が意志をここに見せようぞ。
二代目火影。
負けられぬ理由。
Alright. Next is Fu times 2. During my random fight generation, I also had B times 2, followed by Naruto 6 Paths times 2, followed by Kabuto Sage Mode times 2. So I've got like 3, magically managed to have like 3 like same character fights, one after the other. It's pretty chances there. Slim but never zero. I've just realised all that like glittery dust around here. Because I was thinking, oh, is it just like glittery dust stuff? But then I was thinking, because her tailed beast is not necessarily like a moth, but it's like obviously like it's got insectoid features. So I'm thinking, because you know like when moths fly around, they've got those you get all that like powdery dust stuff off of them. Like I don't even know what it is, but it's like, yeah, you just whenever you've got moths around, or like when a moth lands on you or something, like you always get this like powdery stuff on you. Like what if all the glittery stuff in here is literally just an artistic representation, or it's just like the moth dust, or like glittery moth dust. Like I just get this feeling like, excuse me, like whenever I see it, I just have this on, like, I bet it's moth dust. I bet it's something really gross like that. And then imagine you're like, oh my goodness, I'm like a tail beast Jinchuriki. Which tail beast Jinchuriki am, or which tail beast can like the Jinchuriki up? And then you've got freaking like moth with all your bloody moth dust. I feel like I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, but like, you know, 2 tails, 4 tails, I suppose 5 tails depending on who you are. They're all like the cool, like, and I suppose 9 tails as well. And I suppose you have 1 tails too. Basically anything that's not the slug or the moth dust. Anything that's not them, you'd be like, yeah, like, oh yeah, gonna wreck some stuff. And then they're like, oh yeah, you get the slug, you get the giant bubble slug, and you get the giant moth dust. You know, you'd feel a bit like, I feel like I've got the raw end of the deal right here. You'd feel a bit like, can we swapsies? of course you can't swap C's or else you die. I think. I'm pretty sure you can't like willingly exchange. There we are, thank you. Thank you.
偽りのない世界はもう目の前です。勝負あり。暴れ。
Oh yeah, I've got Max Rio, right? Rio, Rio. What was that? Okay, no. I think I'll just do the Western Shuriken. Oh, do the Nine Tails. No, I'll do that one. And then this versus Jugo. Excuse me. Oh goodness. I'm not sick. I promise. I wasn't meant to do that one then. No. Oh, so I found out this amazing thing. I was telling the boy earlier. I was watching a thing on Reddit and it had about octopuses and the plural of octopus. So I'm gonna go through the whole spiel again. That's alright. Okay. Anyway, so octopuses. So when someone asks you, you say, "Oh, what's the plural?" And like, I've got one octopus, but I've got two octopuses. Then you'll get some people who'd be like, excuse me, it's actually octopi is the plural. And so this chick went through this whole like explanation about how they're technically both right. So when octopus first came to the English language, obviously it's like, it's an English word, so we'll use, the plural is the normal English plural, which would be octopuses. But then someone was like, but then apparently this was like something like the 1700s or something like that is like its first recorded use. And so around the same time, basically there was a whole bunch of grammaticians or something who were trying to like, I suppose, clean up the English language, and say, Latin was a very predictable, clean, tidy language. So they said, okay, well let's try and get it to be like how it would be in Latin, in which case the plural is octopi. And then some people are like, but actually octopus isn't really a Latin word, so it shouldn't follow Latin rules. It's actually closer to Greek. So then they said, okay, well what would the plural in Greek be? And it would be octopodes. I was like, oh, that sounds fancy. And then someone's like, that's all well and good, but actually because octopus is in the English language, it's now an English word, so therefore it's just octopuses. So essentially, octopuses is correct, octopi is also correct, and octopuses octopodes is correct, and for when you want to sound extra fancy. So I'm gonna start calling out octopodes from now on, I've decided. And I honestly think that plural rules, like, similar to that, should be what's the word? Universally adopted. So like, should be what would be like another example? Or something that ends in like us. Platypus. So it'd be platypides. Ooh. Rather than platypuses, which would be correct, or platypi, which is also correct. Platypides. Ooh, that sounds fancy. What else? What other kind of names? What kind of words are there? Omnibus, which is like a collection of something, I think. Yeah, so it'd be omnibides. Ooh. After this one, I'm going to update the number remaining to 10,786. Oh great, now we're gonna have the blimmin' rigmarole of her. Right, now you've decided just to get your ultimate off like every time now. Right, next is we won't do it with no hat. And we'll go, it has young Naruto. Nice try. Don't know why you started doing your ultimate so far away, computer. You should know better than that. I'd imagine you've been programmed to know better than that. But alas. Are you programmed to be as stupid as Naruto was back then as well?
変だけど溶けてもらう。ごめんなさい。優しいだけでは女はやっていけないの。
勝負あり。
お眠りなさい。
Oh wait, that's right. I was gonna update my thingy. Right, I'll update after this one. Oh, I'll do it in the PJs. Yeah, I'll do the singing. Don't mind if I do.
戦闘開始。
Coming closer. Coming closer. Coming closer. Hey, stop it. Oh, stop taking so long. It's so frustrating when you, like, because he takes so long to charge it up, and I keep forgetting that he takes for ages. It doesn't even do that much damage either. It's stupid. Fabulous. Okay. Update. So where we at? So we are at 10,784. Alright. And now Sasuke Kage Summit. Ooh, doing a kimono. Methinks. And Jugo. And this isn't a... This won't be a law fight because... Or was it ever a law fight? I don't think so. No, because Sasuke just said, yo, Jugo, what's up? Kimimaro, my best friend. And Jugo's like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. That must be cool. Handy. Nope. Oh, did you put the heat pump on? Oh, come on. Here we are. Alright, and then Jugo and Sasuke Kage Summit. Boy. How for him? No, not really. But like, it's so like, oh, it was so interesting. The someone's theory that that the what's it? That Kimimaru's illness, that he was like, he knew he was gonna die at some point, or whatever his illness was, he was gonna die an early death. And the fact that like, the fact that his bones are stronger than, like he had the bones that were like stronger than steel. Like the fact that there's an actual condition where when that happens, like it basically causes something to break down in your body, and like you'll probably die near death. So the fact that actually his ability or you know his Genkai was what was going to cause his death. Like there was nothing he could. The only way to be able to fix it would be to like essentially take his like bone powers away from him. Like that was so interesting. I'm not even mad that she's just gone wild. I'm not going to do awakening. The most that he's ever going to do is... That's all he's ever allowed to do. He's not allowed to do ultimates. Unless it's in the Kabuto Sage versus himself fight, in which case then he is allowed to do an ultimate, but he's not allowed to finish on an ultimate. I'll add that rule in. Given we've got about 10 minutes left, thinking I might do... So essentially I've got, after this fight is that we start the B times 2, Naruto 6 parts times 2, Kabuto Sage times 2, and I don't particularly want to finish on a Kabuto Sage or Kabuto fight, so the one after that is 10-10 versus A, so I might finish on that one. Yeah, thank you. Right, now is B, and I won't do shark skin. I suppose I should probably pick a fitting one, shouldn't I? Okay, from now on, all the fights where it's like themselves versus themselves, I'll try and pick the location that like most fits. Or like, maybe not most fits, but one that does fit. So like, obviously for B, it would be in the that Unraikyo Cloud Ravine or something, like this big circular one on the mountain where he fought Sasuke. Or even Turtle Island even. Nah, I'll do the Cloud Village one.
力圧倒的なラリアットうえ一気にやる。
Right, next is Naruto 6 Parts versus himself. And I suppose the most fitting place for this I suppose it would be this one, wouldn't it? With Kaguya. I mean, there's actually a lot of places, but I suppose I'll do this one. See, great minds think alike, me and this AI. Probably need a... Oh my goodness, I'm getting so confused about which one I am. Here we are, thank you.
今なら全部を変えられそうだ。
Alright. That's that one done. That's that one done. And then Kabuto Sage. Ick. Versus Ick. Oh, and I didn't do that. That's fine. He doesn't deserve to have one. So gross. Right, last two fights coming up. So we've got 10-10 and A. Oh, that's right, she's ranged. And then last one is a. Yeah, do that. And do light bulb and. Boom. I think it was 61 fights I've managed to do today. It's about like 100 and probably like 120 per week. Oh, 120 because I did some on Monday, that's right. That was more to make up for the week. Oh. Nope. There we are, fabulous.
天下無双それが4代目来客だ
Lovely. Okay, I might leave that there. So, update. List. So got, where are we at? We're at 10,775. Alright, nice clean number. Okay. So, I'll give it a pause there. Last thing I'm going to do just before I go is I need to check. I keep telling myself I need to check, but I need to check what my settings are. Options. Show. Wait, is there even a difficulty? There's no difficulty. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. No, it's keyboard settings. I don't know how to take that. Just like customization. Battle settings. Average. And no handicap. I could give myself a... No, I'm not going to give myself a handicap. Oh my goodness. I've been on average the whole time. That's what I thought I was on, but I just needed to double check. Anyway. So that will be it for today. Thank you for joining me. I will be back. So tomorrow, it'll just be a few hours of having played Assassin's Creed Valhalla again 2 weeks ago. I'm like, ooh, yes, this game is still good. So I'm going to try and just finish off some DLC that I haven't touched. For the next wee while until I get a new game, until I can buy games. And I can play new games. Anyway, and then Saturday will be co-op Saturday with the boy. I'm going to try some Borderlands 3. And yeah, and then Sunday is another Naruto day. And we'll see whether we can get, or would we be able to get below 10,700 potentially. I'll make that my mish. Anyway, so that will be all for today. Like I said, thank you for joining me. Have a fabulous morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one, and bye. You're good, Penny. You good, Benny Ben? Oh, Rich put up on the chat about the coffee machine. Oh God, he's put another Richism in there. What was it? Activity. So he said, well, Rich, Lee, and Paul are out of the office. Secure alibis. So shall we point the finger at montage? Or someone closer to home, Find out on our next episode, the great reveal, airing Friday at 9 via post-it note on the solar-powered TV near Stu's desk.
Nice. Give it to them coffee drinkers.
Well, he's a coffee drinker himself.
Oh, sorry, office people.
Yeah. Anyway, let's check my stats. Oh. Ick.
What?
Just hear my voice suddenly start. I'm like, ugh. Ugh.
So many people did you give him today?
Let's have a look. Had 13 live views, 9 unique viewers, max viewers at any one time, because when someone has to like stay there for a certain amount of time for them to count as a viewer, so 3 views, yeah, which isn't too bad. 8% from Portugal. 77.
Is your mate on there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
What?
So what's girl, I love your headphones. I'm like, thanks. And then so we're talking about sleep, and she's like, have a kid, then you'll fall in love with sleep. And I'm like, I don't need a kid, and I'm good. Second one is and then she says, I haven't been able to stream because of work, and the husband wanted some quality time for a little bit. Like, okay.
This is not the place to talk about personal
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, and then I start talking about like, oh, I love a gaming chair. And she's like, gods, I'm trying to get my family to get me a gaming chair. Like, get yourself a gaming chair, girl.
Yeah.
Like,
Why do you even have a disc?
oh dear. Anyway, so that's that. And then obviously the other guy.
Oh yeah,
So he's like, what's up? And then I'm like, oh, how are you? He's like, I'm doing good. And then he's just talking the whole time. And he says, did you see the new games for PS Plus? I'm like, oh no, did I'm like, click them up. Oh, that's right. Shinobi Striker is the PS Plus free game for this month. And then you start talking about it again. For so long. So long. And then you ask questions like, what level do you think I am in it? I don't fucking know. You said last time that you were level 31, so I don't know, level 33. So he's like level 43. And then he said, how much ninjutsus do you think I finished in it? And I'm like, I've got no idea what you're talking about. Never played the game. I don't know anything about the game.
Was he up at 3 o'clock in the morning?
He says, sleep is overrated. I think he's just being edgy.
Sounds like an edge lord.
Yeah. And then, because it's like Fortnite, so you buy characters with V-Bucks. So you buy, each character costs $4 each, or you get a season pass that gives you some people for $15 or $30, Or to get everything, it's like $90. I'm like,
Why?
I'm fine, thanks, and thank you. And I'm like, but hey, at the end of the day, he is he's a stable viewer. He always pops in, always says hi. You know, so if anything, I'm extremely grateful to them that they want to stick around. Like that's more than I could ever ask.
You tell your mate that this is not the place to bring up personal stuff.
Yeah. Like you will, I'll like, Yvonne, have you noticed that I have not mentioned, I haven't said the word Marcus, I haven't said the word Liz, I haven't said the word Yvonne, I haven't said the word, you know, I don't mention my work by name, I don't mention anyone from work, I don't mention any names, I say my family, don't say, you know, my mum and dad that work at blah blah blah,
Yeah.
or my sister Jane, or anything like that. I just, you know, just anonymity. Obviously, as time goes on,
She can't pick up cues.
huh?
She can't pick up cues. Social cues.
Yeah, but it's just like obviously after a certain length of time on the internet, you will eventually, people will build up the picture. Like, oh, Penguin Zoo, you fucking look on the wiki, like every piece of it, like his dad's name, like every piece of information about him is on there.
Yeah,
Just-
but you don't want to like have all your information on
No,
there.
no, obviously, like any, like, yeah, if anything, the things I would be fine with people knowing is just my name's Liz, not necessarily Elizabeth. Just my first name is Liz, and like, I'm fine with that. I'm Liz and I live in Christchurch. Like that's it. I'm fine with the information being out there. But people can dig that up for themselves if they want to.
Not gonna just like
Not
say it
just
on the stream and be like, oh, my name's Liz anyway.
Yeah. Like, although the Amaranth, the Thought, the Alpha Thought, she's her name's
Alpha thoughts.
yeah, her name's Caitlin, I think. Katie or Caitlin?
Why are all these?
Well,
Who's
Thought's
that
called Katie.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna highlight the clip. I'm gonna try my first highlight.
Have you gone? What the hell? Like 800 times.
Yeah. It was the only exciting thing in the whole stream.
Oh, wouldn't.
Well, what was the
You're
most?
exciting.
Huh?
You're exciting.
Let's just highlight everything and be like,
Yeah.
I'm so exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, yes, I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna try and find it. Pretty sure it was at like 52. Where was it? Was it Roshinji? No, it's Dadoichi. So it was. Way before that. It was.
She has been streaming to a man with some quality time.
Yeah.
In other words, she hasn't been bothered. Just be honest.
I know, yeah.
I'm sorry, but like, I've got all weekend to hang out with you. I'm not gonna take you away from the streaming time because I want some quality time.
Yeah, and like I if I wanted to, I could stream for like, like I could start, what's that? I could be streaming from like 4 till 10 on Saturdays, something, but I don't because I'm like, well, you know, I still want to have time to play.
Yes, please.
you know. And now I've dropped it rather than finishing off at 11 or 11:30, finish at 10:30. So I've still got like the last bits of the night hanging out with Fool. Yeah, but
It's just very much himself for himself.
completely and utterly.
All for myself. Bum bum bum. Oh yeah, look at my beard.
Ooh,
The dwarven beard.
nice.
Isn't it so cool?
It is pretty cool when you feel all dwarfy.
I am. Very cool. What you doing now?
Trying to I'm doing my first highlight.
Oh, your highlights. That's right.
Yeah. Because then it would.
We got this like this X thing that looks like something out of Final Fantasy.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Ooh. Is it an issue thing?
Yeah, it's just I found an X.
Oh right. Like a glaive.
That's a glade.
The hell? Oh, there we go. Right. What the hell was that? Like, honestly, that's the first time I've ever seen anything like that happen. Yeah, so highlights and clips don't expire.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this highlight will always be on my page, unless obviously I take it off my page. But yeah, it's just but like I need to like keep like as things happen, like keep it like note down. Oh, that should be a highlight, or that should be a highlight, or something.
Yeah.
Just so I can have more of them. Excuse me. I don't know what I'm gonna start. Like I've got to try and think what I've got to do when.
When what?
Got to try and stop this guy nagging me about the playing the game with him.
Oh, well. You did bring it up at the very start. And you're like, oh, I wonder if we can play together.
No, he brought it up.
You carried it on.
Yeah, true. That's my fault, I guess. Can't blame him.
You gave him a chance and he took it. Like he gave me a chance and you took it.
This decision I have to make. Should have been when you gone with the chairman. I should have just been like, girl, you got a segment.
Do you really want to say that slow and on the street?
No. Bringing up person. Just message her, be like, stop asking your family for things that none of y'all can afford.
Yeah, what was your boyfriend gonna do, or your husband gonna be able to afford?
Hold on, is it your Christmas wish list now? Can y'all please buy me a gaming chair?
Yeah. What are you getting? Game shit. Was that how much? Was that why you